everyone. I know it's been a little bit of a while. Just been pretty busy. Was at Australian Nationals last weekend, and then I had to catch up on a whole heap of work. And here I am. It's currently Friday. It's 12:30 at night, and I couldn't sleep. So we're gonna have a good old chat while we're opening some Tales of Aria first edition, actually. So I have a case here, my private collection that I decided to open. I haven't seen these in a while, so I thought that could be cool. There's good goodies in here. So yeah, I wanted to come and have a chat with you guys about a few things. Firstly, I'm really not very good at cutting these open. First thing I wanted to chat about is the actual channel. So channel-wise, yes, a few of you messaged me. I am planning to do more learn to play videos. It's just with the preparation for nationals, it's been a bit slower, but just stay tuned. We actually have a Kano learn to play coming up, and Viserai and Chain would be probably the next ones. So they're gonna be good. So I was at Australian Nationals. What's the order? I don't remember. Are the rare? No, I did pass them. Let's figure out. Okay, here we go. All right. So I came back from Australian Nationals. I ended up getting 24th. It's not the spot that I was hoping for, but honestly, I'm still pretty happy about it. I actually did quite well in the CC part of it. So Dash was the deck that I decided to take, and she actually worked really well for me. Started very strong and played against a few Viserais, which is pretty decent matchup, and I did quite well against these. Then Briar, not so much. I actually played against Paul Timmy, and thank you, by the way, Paul, for the beautiful playmat. The Princess Spike playmat it is, and I can tell you it's actually gorgeous in person. And well, I always complain about people opening packs while they're talking and not in order, and that's literally what I'm doing right now. My rig is a bit in the way, so sorry about that. So this is going to be probably very rambly, by the way, guys. Sorry. So yes, I played against Paul, and he actually won. It was a bit...
Hey, it's me again. I just want to add a little comment here. The tall Timmy was actually gracious enough to let me take back a play on this one. Yes, I did help him on an interaction, but he did let me take back a play. So this was actually a really close game and really good fun. Since I do have your attention right now, I have absolutely no idea why I keep saying games and not rounds throughout this video. I was pretty tired when I recorded this, so don't hold it against me. Let's continue.
What's the word I'm looking for? It was a little bit, he took a bit of take backsies on some things, and it was one thing I had to explain, like the interactions of the deck, which is fine. He was new at a deck, and honestly, we're friends, and that was fine, and he did really well, so I'm very happy. We have our first Majestic. That's cool. So yes, it was a good game, and then I ended up winning against Lexi after that, and this is usually a really bad matchup for me, but I'm very lucky that my husband actually plays, what Lexi, so I had a lot of practice into that matchup, so I felt pretty good about it. And then draft arrived. So this is very unfortunate, but even with my record in draft, let's just say I really, ooh, Blizzard foil. That's pretty cool. Nice. Don't like that card, but it's good. But yeah, so I stayed open a little bit too long in the first draft, and it really didn't go my way. My deck was very subpar, and I'm being very generous when saying subpar. It was bad. Let's just say it. Let's not sugarcoat it. It was pretty bad. I ended up winning only one game, and one of them was actually on camera. So if you want to watch my game on stream being absolutely terrible at my deck, it is up there to be watched. Oh, cofoil. Owning Hood. Nothing very exciting, but hey, we'll take it. And yeah, it wasn't very good. So after that, second draft arrived, and I was pretty down at that stage because I did so well in Classic Constructed. Oh, another Majestic here. And yeah, actually had Aiden Dale on that my second pod, and I think we were the only two on the table that drafted Spy, and our decks were, I mean, he was saying that his deck was amazing, but I think it was still pretty decent. And we ended up actually playing against each other in the first round, and it was honestly, it was probably one. Oh, wow. My piles, guys, my piles. It was really, really, really close game. It was a pretty good game. And by the way, I'll show it off. Thank you, Aiden. He gave me these really cool tokens. Ash Token, Frostbite, and Ether Ash Wing. And I believe this is from Team Poland. They were giving them out at Pro Tour Lille. So thanks for giving these to me. I actually used them today. We had on demand just for funsies. Had a little game, and I'm trying to play Dromai. I've always been pretty interested in her, so it was pretty fun. I actually used them today. So yeah, so he won that one. So my record is starting to get pretty bad at that stage. But the last two rounds of draft, not 2 rounds, 2 games of the day, I did manage to win. Unfortunately, I won against a friend of mine, and we were really, really tired. And that's something and we're going to be discussing about this actual tournament and how it was. And as the title of the video said, the good, the bad, and the ugly, we're going to talk about it. Let's actually talk about it. So, actually, let me finish. I told you it would be very rambly. Oh, okay, no. Here we go. Day 2, by the way. So, I was going into day 2. I had to win all my games at that stage to be in any. I decided to not do the Battle Harden. I mean, and honestly, I don't know why they called it a Battle Harden, because the prizes for that event was literally armory kits, and it was only really the first place that would get a PTI and whatever goodie. It was that was one of the bad things already, so you have a glimpse of how great that was. And so first round did well. I mean, first game went well, and then second game I ended up winning as well, so it was looking promising. And then I played Briar and it went crumbling down. So I would have been in a pretty good position in, going in if I did win that last one. But it ended up putting me down to the 24th place, which is still in money. So, I mean, I'll take... Ooh! Well, and that came like boom as a surprise. That's pretty cool. Hey, we'll take that one. That's a good one. Excellent. Hey, not bad, not bad. All right, so ended up 24th. So not exactly where I wanted to be, but hey, it was good. Good experience, and yeah, there's some cards here. All right, so let's actually talk about the event itself. So this was me playing was one thing, but the whole entire event as a whole, another. So let's have a bit of a chat about it. Okay, so firstly, let's talk about the good. So the good thing about the event was actually, I must say that the actual streaming and commentary was pretty decent. I'm glad that they actually had it there. And kudos to them. They did a good job. But I think from tournament standpoint, that was probably the last thing that I will comment in a positive light.
Hi, it's present me. There was actually another positive during this event. The judges, I can't believe I forgot about that one. Judge Noah and his team were absolutely amazing, like always.
Today, the other thing that were good was probably catching up with some friends and actually meeting new friends. That actually was my big highlight of the whole... Wow, another blizzard. I got to catch up with new friends. So Flukenbach's John, honestly, mate, had a great time. It was really good to finally catch up and spend proper time with the gang. Your Sydney gang is really fun, and I had a blast spending some time with you guys. I'm just cleaning up a bit, and we'll open another one. And yeah, so the company was really great, but that was it. So this was the positives of the trip. Participating in that was obviously a big highlight, but oh boy, it's a doozy. So the not so great. Let's not skip directly to bad. Let's talk about not so great. So the swag. So before I open first bag. Okay, so we qualified to Nats. Great. Hey, here you go. You get a box. Great. Cool. Looks great. Bit scuffed up. Mine is very scuffed up. We were giving this on arrival, and basically we're told to carry it around. Okay, great. But the minute we saw how the haul was set up, this became a bit of a painful endeavor carrying this around. And we'll talk about it in a minute. But anyway, this is where it stops, the swag. So it's a cardboard box. Great, thanks. Maybe it would have been cool to have other stuff. But maybe I'm asking for too much. But yeah, that was pretty much it. The lack of vendors present was pretty depressing. I'm used to seeing in other parts of the world, they have lots of vendors, and we had literally 3 vendors. And of those, one was pretty good. I do love Palms Off. They make really good I love their card binders. I use them for all of my master sets, and so that was good. But honestly, there wasn't really much out there in terms of buying. Wow, my piles are really getting out of control here. It shows that it's extremely light today. So that's my foils. Yeah, there we go. I'll just put the rares and foils together, and I'll figure it out later. All right, so the not so great, that was it. But then we're gonna step in the bad territory. So we got the good, the not so great, and let's talk about the bad. So yeah, Tall Timmy, he won against me with this card, and he just drew in gas after that, and it was the end of me, unfortunately. What was I saying? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm tired, and I'm trying to make sense here, and I'm not. All right, so the bad things of the tournament. So the first thing I would probably say, typically when you have events like these, you would expect that you'd be able to get singles. Some people are coming in from out of state. They're trying to get their decks together, and they're missing something, and just nothing. The only things that were present there were the higher end. Yeah, I remember when this came out, guys, and I was trying to make this work in a weird Briar deck. Not for the ice, but the lightning fusion. But yeah, it never worked, and I dropped the idea. Where's the rare? There's the rare. All right, and so there was no singles, just high-end stuff. And really, I'm not going to a tournament to start buying high-end stuff. If I want to buy high-end stuff, I can do it on my own time. So I don't know. It was very disappointed for that. And I think, really, honestly, if you're going to be organizing a tournament, you should have these things available for your participants. And that was, I mean, even the Sydney event, the calling, they didn't have that either. So really, you need to step it up here, Australia, to have, I don't know, I don't think it's a big ask. I know all of you TOs would have access to a lot of singles. And, oh, another card. Didn't even have time to play this card. They just killed me. They high rolled me, and they just killed me. I'm just gonna pile them here. Other things apart from singles, I would probably say in the bad category would be the advertising of this event. So I'll explain myself a little bit more here. Foil tone, that's so cool. So I was using the actual Flesh and Blood website to get my information about the tournament, and the Saturday seemed fine, although I found it really odd that they were starting that late, the event. I'm used to having events that start around 9, not 10:30. It was a little odd, and we'll talk about it again a bit later. But so there was Flesh and Blood website. They mentioned that day 2 was starting at 10 for nationals, and the Battle Hardened was actually at 12. But on another website, it was literally mentioning that the day 2 of nationals was at 9, not 10, and Battle Hardened was at 11, not 12. And when I showed this to the organizers, like, oh, I forgot to change that website. This, mind you, was Saturday evening. So, oh, bless me. don't see that much more. He didn't look too phased about it, and I thought that was terrible. So thank goodness for Judge Noah to make it very crystal clear that we were starting at 9 the next day and not 10. Would have had a lot of unhappy people. Pulse. Cool. Ooh, huh. That came as a surprise. All right, our Mokhov was the pulse. So, hey, cool pack. Gonna get a sleeve for that one. Sweet, so far, not bad, not bad. So, yeah. Other things that could be falling. Oh, and there's a mixed bag of people that how they feel about that one. But because I'm gonna ramble if I look at this pack at the same time, I want to formulate my thoughts. 12 hours before the event, or 24, I'm not too sure. The TO decided to advertise last minute qualifiers that was going to be held on that day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And mind you, that was advertised on the same day for 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Melbourne. So keep in mind, a lot of people would have loved to know this information and would have flown in and tried to participate in this. But I mean, on the same day. So, hey, look at you. Now only Melbourne people can participate in this. So I have issues with this, let's just say. I don't think it's okay. I mean, I know they're saying that they had the okay from LSS at the last minute, but if you do get this opportunity then, well, just don't run it then. Like, honestly, I think it frustrated, like, straight away, it frustrated a lot of people. And, yeah, so that was not a good mood. Like, right away, when that happened, I was already pretty unimpressed with the whole situation. I said, okay, well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but, yeah, so, bad start at that stage. Now, let's get into, so we talked about the good, the not so good, the bad, and now let's talk about the ugly. Yes, there is ugly in that tournament. Bump the rig here, sorry. The hull. All right, the hull was probably big enough. It was actually big enough for all of us. The location was okay, but we were smushed, squished. Our playmats were basically on top of each other. Some people, their banish zone like fell on the ground. It was a absolute nightmare. And don't get me wrong, we had enough space in that hall. They just didn't hire enough tables. We were smushed, 6 people on a very small trestle table. It was complete madness. And honestly, so now I'm coming back to this box that we were given. So keep in mind, we have this box, we have our backpacks. It was just nonsense. I really didn't have a good time with that. I have difficulties handling when we're in crammed spaces, so that was kind of difficult to deal with. Yeah, so we had 2 days of that. So hire enough tables, mate, next time, because that was not on at all. The other thing, the timing of this event was absolutely atrocious. All right, so I will give you an example. Typically, events, you want them to start at 9 sharp in the morning. And you want people to be done around 6 p.m. And that's a good event. And typically these events you want, if you absolutely want a lunch, then like run it for, I don't know, 25 minutes or half an hour, not an hour. So the event started late. I believe it was scheduled at 10, and we ended up starting at 10:30, which, oh, I'm getting a lot of these weird packs with multiple, so I think now I have a play set so far of that one. I don't know if that one ever will do anything. I was trying to do something with that one too when it came out, and kind of fizzled out. Yeah, so timing of the event started late, 10:30, 3 rounds, and then the minute we finished our 3 classic constructed rounds, they literally gave us a 1-hour break. We played 3 games. So we were all kind of like shaking our heads like, why are we getting a break? Like an hour break. Oh, because we're going to do 2 drafts. It's going to take a while. Fair enough. But the problem is we already started quite late. And so what happened here? We got back. We start our draft. Draft takes a while in these settings because you have everyone that needs to draft. There's a specific amount of time. Pass the packs. Make sure you count the cards, that you're past the right amount of cards. And then when all said and done, we have to write what, like tick and write what we pulled. So that's another amount of time. By the time we finished that one and had to start the second round of draft, it was getting quite late. I kid you not, the last round, the last game of the 3rd round, wow, I am not making sense anymore. Not the 3rd round, but the last game of the day. I think that was game 10 or 9. I don't even know. Sorry, guys. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I was playing against the wonderful Brandon Champion. What a great guy from Sydney. And I was very sad to be against him because honestly, I don't like playing against people I do like, and because I want everyone to win. And we were falling asleep playing that match. It was difficult to follow, and we were exhausted. We got out of there at 9:30. So we finished our game 9:30. That was a long day. We were all exhausted. At least we had a good dinner. We had catch up with friends, and it went well after that. But honestly, we were just burnt out at that stage. I think finishing at 9:30 is just not on at all. Fast forward to day 2, and it's more or less the same thing. We get there at 9 and started a bit late, and I actually didn't stick around after the 3rd round. They announced the placing, the top 8, and congratulations, by the way, to Nick Butchert for winning that one. It's well deserved. I think it's about time that you won one. You deserve that one. And for the battle-hardened Roy Lai, another really great opponent. I absolutely adore Roy. I think he's a great guy and very well deserved. But yeah, so I think I'm going to stop it here, guys. I'll keep the other boxes for maybe another day. I mean, the Rampart is a pretty good pull. But yeah, so I just wanted to freeform and just ramble about my my overall thoughts of the event. I think in the future we really need TOs to have their shit together, because missed opportunity here. I was very excited. I mean, I'm still very grateful that I participated in this. I had the chance to meet exceptional people, spend time with great friends, and that's the whole point of this game, isn't it? To meet in the flesh and blood and play some games, man. So yeah, so that's basically what I had to say. So yeah, hopefully we'll get another one up for you soon, and I'll catch you in another one.